Hello, everyone. Welcome to People I'm Dating. I'm your host, Will Morales. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this podcast is about dating, ups and downs, and how to navigate through it. Today, I have Judith Costa, is an unconditional love coach, seminar leader, writer, and speaker with a master's degree in analytical psychology and psychotherapy and an MBA. She's a certified consultant and teacher of the Akashic
Akashic.
Akashic and Reiki master.
Yes.
Ooh, I got
Akashic
that
work.
right. And a certified happiness trainer. Judith, thank you so much for being on People I'm Dating. How are you?
Hi, I'm so happy to be here with you, William. And yes, you got it right.
Okay, good. So Judith, tell us a little about yourself. How did you get here? How did you become, a happiness trainer? You're a love coach. How did Judith get here? What was your journey like?
Well, I think we need like 4 or 5 podcasts to tell you the full story. But
All
I'm
right,
going to
so give us a
summarize.
short version.
Yeah, I'm going to summarize a lot. Just to tell you that something that really moves me is love. And the universe knows that it's the only reason why I will make changes in my life.
Mm.
And that's the reason why I moved to the US at the end of 2010 to become a coach. Because psychology was kind of a hobby. I doubt when I had to choose a degree, like what I'm going to do, I end up doing like a different career in marketing and having an MBA. But then life put me in the spot of having to figure out why my life was not working, and there was an absence of love, in this case self-love, that was affecting my marriage and other areas of my life. And I had to learn on my own. And what I decided is kind of start learning and discovering what was happening inside of myself instead of looking for answers to my questions, outside of myself, and allowing others to tell me what was wrong. At that moment, I didn't speak much English. When things were not right in my life, I was living in Spain. There was not so much material to read, and for sure not workshops like the one I teach right now about how to find your soulmate or fall in love with yourself and all of these things. Then I did it on my own. And the reason why I moved to the US was to find my soulmate. I did it. And after a divorce, that was really everything I knew, because I spent 17 years of my life with this person, and I still love him, even though we are not together. I found my soulmate in New York, and we got married there, and we moved to Miami, and now we are not together. But again, that doesn't mean that I don't love this person. I don't think that love ends with a paper or starts with a paper that says you're married. But you have to see what's the right person for you at every stage of your life. Then I have changed, and my relationships have changed with me.
Yeah, no, this is a good topic because it's about forgiving yourself and to start a new life, and that's what you're doing. I remember, Judith, a couple of times that I was in love, and I didn't tell too many of my friends about it, but I remember, having my heart broken. I think at 24, I was 25, give or take, and then again a few years later, and it's like sometimes I ended up blaming myself. Maybe I could have been a different boyfriend, or maybe I could have communicated more. Maybe I could, you always start doubting yourself, like maybe I could
Yeah.
have done this differently. So, like I said, so it's about forgiving yourself. So, with that being said, Judith, when you encounter, whether it's you're coaching people or maybe just personal friendships, does it take a lot for them to unforgive themselves, if there's such a word, because we might blame ourselves, or in other points we might blame the other person and not take control of our life. In your
Yeah.
journey, have you seen or even spoke about that?
Oh, yeah, a lot of times. But I'm gonna take the question one step.
Sure.
When you start talking about what happened with you and when you doubt yourself, because I think that that's the beginning of the disaster.
Mm.
And a lot of people think that when a relationship ends, it has been my fault or her fault or his fault.
Right.
And sometimes there is no fault. Nothing has to be wrong, and you can abandon a relationship. And when I say nothing has to be wrong, is that you might be the perfect person for someone else, not for
Mm.
the partner you are with. And we have the right to abandon our relationship. And nobody told us, especially because marriage creates a sort of a contract that it's more about what we have together. Let's say a house and possessions and children that we don't want to dissolve. And then we stay in places where we don't belong anymore. And it's important what you said about when the relationship ended, I doubt myself, and I thought I could do better.
Mhm.
There was something that if I knew at that moment of time, have the ability to change the result, my future. And I don't think so. The problem is that we are not used to rejection. We don't like to be rejected
Mm.
because when we are abandoned, the initial the way we decode the situation is like when we are children and we think that everything is about us. Like my parents got divorced, it's my fault.
Yeah.
This happened, it's my fault. I did something wrong that create this situation. uh, and it's very important to understand, and I tell all my clients, like, if you are dating and you doubt about like taking the next step, the faster you really know if this person is for you, the less time you have invested there. And there is a cost of opportunity on being in the wrong relationship.
Mm.
And we don't take care of that. It's important really to distinguish between I did really something wrong, I cheated on the person, I didn't take care of my spouse, or something very big happened between us. Then I can do amends. I can forgive myself or forgive the other person. But sometimes there is nothing to forgive. It's
Mm.
just, it might be even the right person, but it's the wrong timing.
Wow. Wow, it's funny. I guess I never thought about it that way because I remember somebody was telling me one time that there's reason why people are in your life. They could be in your life for they call it a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And
Mhm.
I've been in that situations where it was maybe just for a season,
Yeah,
whether it was a year or two.
yeah,
But then, but I never looked at it that way, because I always thought that they were there for a reason, not for the season. And I'm not saying a lifetime, but at least there was something, it was there for a reason. So Judith, when we in that situation where, the person that we're with, and then we realize maybe once we broke up with them, that we forgive ourselves, and then we doubt, or we just say, hey, this person wasn't there for a long term. They were there just for that season. How can we forgive ourselves by, how do we exercise that demon from us by saying, oh, it was my fault, or oh, it was her fault. I know you said that, we have to, that we're not perfect for that person. It could be, they might be perfect to someone else, or we might have someone that's perfect for us, or like you said, we don't like rejection. How do you go through that maze of trying to, let's
with
say, forgive each other?
with patience
Okay.
and with intention.
Mm.
Forgiveness is not more than a conscious decision, and people are confused between forgiveness and reconciliation.
Mm.
And there are totally different things. You can forgive someone, but you don't need to reconcile. You don't need to become friends again or to accept this person into your life.
Right.
But you don't need the other person. You don't need the other 50% to forgive, because forgiveness is an act that you do for you. Is is something that gives you the freedom to move forward with your life.
Mm.
And you can only forgive when you are ready, not before. Then I tell when I was teaching this workshop on how to find your soulmate, one of the reasons why people cannot find true love again is because they get stuck in a moment in time where certain events happen and they are not able to forgive. Then if you, when you hear the name of your ex, still have like some sort of physical sensation,
Wait,
or
wait.
you have
I,
I hate you, or all of these things happen within you, you have not moved forward. Then energetically, there is a line, like a rope, that connects you with the person that you say you hate. Because you have decided that this is so important to live again and again and again, every day of your life for the rest of your life, the same situation. Then what is forgiveness? Forgiveness is to say, okay, I don't like you, but I will do whatever I have to do to set myself free and to continue with my life and to heal this part of me that is still attached to you and it's making me suffer. Then we think that when we are angry, the other person suffers. No, the other person doesn't even know that you are angry.
right. I don't even care. Yeah.
Then I don't see what sense it makes to keep
Wow.
hating.
Yeah, no. You hit it on the head. We're talking with Judith Costa, unconditional love coach, seminar leader, writer, and speaker. Um, I'll admit it. I've done that, Judith, where out of my mind, I hear this person's name, and then I just like, oh, it's a tingle, but it's not a good tingle, And it took a long time to realize that I had to let it go, and when I did, everything just to me came to place,
Yeah,
because I forgave myself and I forgave them silently or maybe even out loud, but not in front of them. But I'm like, you know what? It wasn't that they did this. I could have been, and not to criticize myself, Judith, and that's what I'm doing, but I'm saying
yeah,
that I could have been more communicative and stated how I feel instead of
yeah,
I do as much as I wanted to. But like I said, I did let the person go. I let her go, and then things started changing for me little by little. I started noticing it around me. So is that pretty much the key to letting go? Is just to forgive ourselves, forgive the other person, whether we do it silently or if we don't have to see them, but we could just say, "Hey, I let you go. That's in the past.
yeah,
Ready to move forward."
yeah, exactly. Because thoughts have energy and they travel.
Mm,
Then you don't have to sit in front and have a deep conversation with the person. You just can write a letter and never send it.
right.
And your intention is in the letter and it's good enough.
Okay. Wow.
It's
Yeah, no,
that's it.
go ahead. Yeah. Please. No, keep on going. I love that. So I like thoughts have energy. We could write a letter, but we don't have to send it. I think I love that part better. Write a letter
Yeah,
and
if
never
you want
send
to
it.
send it,
Yeah.
but don't send it when you are angry. Send it when you have access to the love in your heart and you can say truly, like, I am sorry for this. And I hope that from now on, we can be that. Then a lot of people think about forgiveness when they want to recover the love that is lost. No, forgiveness is not about that.
Right.
It's about moving forward. Whatever happened in a relationship, there is going to be a new phase, a new stage, a new beginning in the relationship. Every breath you take is a different life that you have. It happens the same in a relationship, but we tend to get like comfortable and kind of, oh, well, we have together for these years and it looks like it works, but maybe both people are sad or unhappy or whatever it is. But as you said, it's difficult sometimes to talk,
Yeah.
and we don't do it. And then when we figure out there is a big gap between the two of us, and then it's the end, and then we blame us or the other person. No, we all made mistakes. There are no mistakes really. It's just we did what we could do with the information and the and who we were at the moment of the events. Then but we learn from that and we continue, we move forward. We have to be sure that our heart doesn't get closed, because a lot of people that have disappointments in love, what they do is like they close their heart, double like key, they throw the key into the ocean, and they go like, yeah, I want love and I want to fall in love again. No, because the heart says, no, you are not gonna enter in my life, you're not gonna break my heart again, then I
Mm,
better protect myself. And the heart is closed. It means that nobody can enter.
wow. Wow. I mean, Jesus. I never looked at it that way where, we close our own hearts. we, like you said, we throw away the key, and then we complain, oh, we can't find love, I can't find love. But you have to forgive yourself, you have to move ahead, you have to let go. So Judith, is it possible, or maybe are there a couple of steps that you could tell us of ways to forgive ourselves, especially so we can move forward? Are there like one or two, three things that you could talk about and share with the audience?
Yeah, sure, but it's less complicated than people imagine.
Okay.
We put a lot of weight into this forgiveness. And in the workshop, one of the exercises that we do is I ask the participants to make a list of all the people they want to forgive and the reason why, not just the name, like what happened and why you want to forgive this person. And then you go one by one, asking
Mhm.
yourself, like, I am ready to forgive, to be free of this, to and it's not a matter of time. Time doesn't cure everything, as
Mhm.
some people say. It's a matter of a conscious decision, as I mentioned.
Mhm.
We even use a pen that you hold in your hand,
Yeah.
and then you go to this place. If it's not too traumatic for you, please don't do it. If it's too strong and you are not near a professional, but if it's something that you can handle, just take a pen in your hand and go there to those events that seem too painful at that moment that you say you cannot forgive, and ask yourself in the present moment, can I forgive this now? Can I forgive this person? And if you're ready, just open your hand and let the pen, like it's a symbol of letting go.
Mm. Wow.
And I work with the Akashic records that you mentioned in the introduction.
Yeah.
Then within the Akashic records, we have a prayer complete that, if you allow me, I can share. It's
Yes,
kind of
sure.
short,
Please. Yes,
but
yes.
it's very interesting because it talks about everything that can happen. You hurt others, others hurt you, or you hurt yourself. Then it says, if there is anyone or anything that has hurt me in the past, knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive and release it. If I have hurt anyone or anything in the past, knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive and release it. If I have hurt myself in the past, knowingly or unknowingly, I forgive and release it.
Wow.
Then,
That's deep. That's very deep.
yeah, but as you can see, we don't go into every detail.
Right.
We can even forgive something that we don't know, like knowingly or unknowingly is I know that I did that, or maybe I don't know when I hurt other person. We
Mm.
don't we don't have to go like 3 years of therapy for every little trauma or big trauma that we accumulated. The idea is, okay, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to be myself now. I'm ready to love. I
Mm.
have to be sure my heart is open because forgiveness is part of love. Then what can I do to be free to love? Then one of the things that you can do is to forgive, to release, to let go. Call it the way you want, because forgiveness has a lot of uh, connotations, is a very heavy word, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's about letting go.
Right. It's funny that you say that because sometimes I thought about some of my past relationships and where I could say I would say to myself, man, I could have made this better, or my God, I end up hurting her, or you know what, this woman, um, did things that bothered me, and it took a while to let go. But the way you make it, I like where you say you grab the pen, you go to a place that you might have gone together. Tell me if I'm wrong, and then you just say, it's time to let go. I forgive you, and it just drop the pen or whatever that may be. So I love that exercise. So going forward with you, Judith, what are you looking to do to help more couples, especially maybe if whether they're together or if they did break up, or maybe they're going to couples therapy, they want to talk to you about maybe mending their relationship, even if it's not love again, but maybe it's to have a relationship of at least friends. When they see each other, they could say hi and bye and not look at each other and then just turn and walk away.
Yeah, I don't work with couples. I don't believe that you have to work in a relationship. I work with individuals.
Okay.
The secret of the success for me is to love yourself more, because all the love that you can accumulate in your
Yeah.
tank of love, it reverses in the relationship. Then I had people that are married that both are clients, but I
Okay.
work with them independently. And then they are the ones that fix their relationships on their own.
I see.
Because
Okay.
for me, a relationship is when two mature individuals that already love themselves can share the love that they already have.
Mm,
What happens is that a lot of relationships out there is I am alone, you are alone, let's get together.
right.
Then that's not a good reason to be in a partnership, because all the problems that I have will revert also in the relationship if I
Gotcha.
don't have them solved. But every relationship that you have had in your life, it was the right one at the moment. Even though you suffer, even though things were not right, we always learn something that make us be a better lover or a better person in the next relationship. And I don't think there is lost time in relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think too, when it comes to, a relationship, Judith, that I think communicating is such a key. And I'm learning that more and more as I do this podcast and I talk to professionals like yourself and coaches like yourself. I think if people communicate more, and I'm not talking about a text, I'm talking about
Yeah,
whether it's on the phone or in person,
yeah.
I think a lot of things could be resolved.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And if you date me, like, don't text me for sure. I'm not going to answer. A text is to say, I am 5 minutes late,
Yes,
or
yes,
I'll
yes,
see you
yes.
later.
Yeah.
Uh, I think that the problem nowadays is that people think that the text say a lot of things, and people kind of decode from their own mind what the other person is trying to say.
Yeah.
Then you have to be brave. Love is not scary. Love is there around you, like totally available. Then say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Like, express your love. I have created an organization that is called Love, Love, and Love, that uh, pretends as a purpose that
Mhm.
we are more aware of that love is an energy that it's always around us, and that we share our love. And there is many things in this organization, but I say this because don't see love only as a relationship. Like, I'm looking for love means I'm looking for a mate, I'm looking for a partner for life. If you really want to be in love, start being the love that you want.
Mm,
And love have many faces. It's kindness, it's laughter, it's being there for others, is uh, even being in the world of love, like watching movies that really are loving, not
yeah.
killing people all the time,
Yeah.
listening to songs that have some content. uh, then it's important to live in this vibration that is the highest vibration ever, that is called love. But love is not this feeling, this romantic idea that we have. Love is an action, and it has to be demonstrated. If I say I love you, William, but I don't do anything about it,
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything.
yeah, it's just an empty word.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So we got it's we if we're putting out the words, we have to show the actions behind it. First of all, Judith, I want to thank you so much for being on People on Dating. My God, I've learned a lot. Before I let you go, just a couple more things. Anything you want to promote? Any books? Because if I looked at your bio and I missed it, I apologize. But you have one or two books in you easily, maybe 10.
Yeah, no, I have four that I'm writing at the same time, but the
Okay.
first one that is going to be published most probably next year, it's a collection of my blogs. If you go to my website, you will see that I have been writing since 2013.
Okay.
There are hundreds of articles, and many clients have asked, like, why you don't put them together in a book? Then we are doing that. And the
Okay.
first collection is going to be about self-love, including the topic of forgiveness, of course. And yeah, there are other books about my story with soulmates and other things, but the most exciting thing that I am gonna launch before this year ends, uh, and it's the organization that I told you about, Love,
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 and
love,
Love.
love.
And it has that's the website, loveloveandlove.org,
Okay.
and it's not ready yet. We are working on the on the last details to launch in November, beginning of December of 2022.
Okay.
But I'm very excited because it's a whole project on top of my own company, but it came from above, from the universe, and I couldn't resist, and I said yes, and it's like my little baby out there, and I hope that helps everybody to be more connected with love. That's my intention.
No, and that's a good intention. And anything else you would like to promote? We got the Love organization. We got your blog. Anything else you would like to promote, or tell us
No,
your website? Where
yeah,
can
if
people find
people,
you?
yes, if people want to find me, the easiest way is to go to my website, judithmcosta.com, because there is a contact form there. They can subscribe. If you put your email address, I will send you a meditation on self-love. And there is all the links to social media at the bottom, and all the private sessions and all the retreats and workshops and classes are listed there. And it's a very complete website. And if you have any questions, just shoot me an email, judithmcosta@hotmail.com, and I will be happy to help you.
Oh, sounds good. Well, first of all, Judith, again, thank you so much for being on People on Dating and taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us.
It has been a real pleasure, and I hope we continue this conversation another time.
Oh, yeah, we will. Thank you so much.
Lots of love.
Well, everyone, that was Judith Costa, and you can find her at judithmcosta.com. That's Judith, M as in Mary, Costa.com. Judith, thank you so much for being on People on Dating. Much appreciated. You can find me on peopleondating.com. That's peopleondating.com. Check out our past shows and check out our blog. Also, when you get a chance, please go to Apple Podcasts. Please subscribe, leave a review, tell us how we can make this show better. You can also find me on Google Podcasts and Spotify. Remember, guys, this is just a conversation, no judgment. On behalf of peopleondating.com, I'm Will Morales. Until next time, thanks, everybody. Have a great day, and please stay safe.